Watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to push in on the big toe and all the other ones. I have to like make sure I can see. I know you guys are getting all choked up over this. Yeah, me too. It almost makes me cry. Did you see what I just did? Okay, because I don't want this to be like some big mystery. You guys can do this, damn it. You guys just have to be really delicate about this. Okay, so there's the beginnings of a pretty good foot. If you guys really wanted to do tendons and stuff, I could show you how at some point. Or if you wanted me to show you independently. But that's kind of it. I mean, you could put a lot more time. Believe it or not, I actually do separate toenails. But it's after I paint them. Actually, that was much easier than the skeletal foot. So that was a piece of cake. Okay, so now, here we go. Little water. I have my little paint here. And you just take that.
What kind of paint is it?
This is watercolor. It's this, little tubes of watercolor. Each little tube is like 18 bucks, so that's why I bring my own so you guys could use it. But if you guys have watercolor at home, or even acrylic paint, but it's cadmium red light. It's a really expensive color. So even if you use acrylic, you have to get really good. You can't just use red. It's going to look horrible. It'll look like he's bruised. Cadmium red light is like my hand almost. Now, and this is only because I want him to be Sculpey color. He's not going to have my color tone, your color tone, your color tone. It's just going to be Sculpey color. If you wanted something else, you could actually mix clay. But in this case, I just kind of like leaving it the way it is, the way it came out of the box. So basically, you can do this. And see this? It's like rouge. I don't know if you could tell, but it's like rouge. I barely put anything on my brush. And you can see that starting to come to life. I put it at the ends of the toes, the tuberosity, the heel. And you can see it's very delicate. It's almost like powdery. The joint of the big toe.
Basically where we put our weight.
Kind of, and you could even look at your own hands, your own feet. Not everybody has the same kind of skin color or anything like that, and sometimes it's a little harder to see certain things, and depending on how your feet are naturally, you might not be able to see all this. A lot of this are different colorations, but I just kind of standardize it and make it look basically like a Bouguereau painting or a Peter Paul Rubens painting. And he tends to do, a lot of the subject matter is very, very fair-skinned women, especially with Peter Paul Rubens. They're very like alabaster skinned, very kind of delicate and almost translucent skin. When you see hands and stuff, it almost feels like there's blood underneath the fingertips. So is that beautiful though? Damn it.
Very.
I love it.
I love it
I
too.
love this. Oh good. Okay, that gives me a little umph. Then, because I like veins, I'm going to, this is optional. You might not want your little guy look all veiny and gnarly, but I don't mind it. So watch, I'm just going to take this, and now I don't map them out because they are mapped out. Like this is the basilic vein, cephalic vein, all that stuff. But you could just be random with this because a lot of them are. So I'm just going to put very little light streaks. Almost like I'm making a branch. This brush is not behaving. I want to make sure it's tapered. And boy, I tell you, if it's too watery, it beads up. If it's too thick, it makes like a Sharpie line. Got it? So you have to be careful with it. You can even practice here. And you can see how it starts looking like veins. Then you breathe. Do you see how they're coming up? I mean, it's really, really delicate. You don't want to put like marker lines on there. Do you see that? Look at that. Scary. It's almost frightening. It's spooky. I don't know what other words I could use. I think it's beautiful. It makes the pink look more delicate. And that's one thing I learned from studying like Peter Paul Rubens, is he puts the pink next to the green looks greener, the pink looks pinker. Black and white looks more extreme when they're next to each other. Black looks blacker, white looks whiter when you have a checkerboard. If you put white next to yellow or black next to like another really dark color, it won't stand out as much. You see that? Isn't that amazing? You like that? I like that.
I like it.
Damn it. Okay, then that makes me happy again, and there it is. Now, this is the part I think is kind of cute. Now, this is the big toenail. That's how little it is. I can't even tell you how little it is because it's like a little eye booger. That's the only thing that came to mind, sorry. But look how little that is. I can't even describe how little that is. It's like an ant. No, that's like too little for an ant. An ant would beat up on this. So I'm taking like a little tiny piece like this. I could barely even hold it. I'm trying to get it to stick. Be patient, it's worth it. Because it's already colored, that toe is colored, when you put the nail on there, it stands out more. And you shape it. Is that the most adorable thing you've seen today? Or one of the most adorable things you've seen today? Some of you just have to look in the mirror and it's adorable enough. But for me, definitely the most adorable thing. Now the other ones are really little. Okay, you saw how little that one was. It's like, now it's like, ooh, can he do it? I don't know. I can barely see it. I just have to kind of like take it for granted it's there. It's like maybe, you know, a few molecules this way and a few molecules the other way. And you do that with each toe, believe it or not. Doesn't want to see. Boy, it got too big. You can see how little they are. I'm going to put that in there. If it wants, ah, there it is. Okay, so once it's on there, once that little piece of clay is on there, then you can manipulate it and shape it a little bit.
Do you recommend using tweezers for that?
You know what? I don't. Because you can't hold it. It'll pinch it. It's really delicate. I think it's easiest just to put it right. And so you guys will have an easier time because you have younger eyes and less shaky. You know, so basically you can, I think you guys will have a better time of it. Now, that's why I want to show you. If I can do this thing, definitely you guys can do this much more easily. Right? Look how cute that is. I can't even stand that. Okay, so basically, oh, that one, this one's much better. You see how that one read better. The other one I smashed it too much, trying to push it. Oh, look at that. It's even almost like snagged on something. Okay, so you get the idea. Got it? Isn't that amazing? And you could do whatever you want with the toes. You could kind of open them up. Sometimes you could even pull up the big toe. And if you pull up on the big toe, it's going to pull up towards the other toes. Kind of like that. You can actually pull it up towards the other toes. Or not. Whatever you want. Pretty neat. And then, of course, you do this whole thing over here. And I know that I've already told you many times, you're doing a combined tibia and fibula over here. And the patella is going to be really, really solidly put on there, just like you see on here. You can see that there's a patellar ligament. You're going to have this whole structure right here, and you're going to have a big piece of clay. This isn't the patella. This is underneath the patella. And then the patella will ride right on top of a bed of clay. This is basically what it's going to look like. It's going to be really solid. It's going to have the patellar ligament, and the fibula is going to be combined. You guys ready? Let's do it. I want to see what you guys do with this. Okay, have fun with this. It's actually a really fun part